Hi kids, how has the past week been for you? Some of you would have got holidays, but some I know are going to school during this month of August. But I'm sure you're enjoying it as you can spend more time on the time that you lost with your friends at school. However, those of you who have got holidays or who have got a short holiday, I want you to take this time to relax and rest before the new term starts again. Now, what is important to you in your life? Think about it for a moment. It must be your favorite toy, which can be a car or a doll or your PlayStation, maybe your favorite outfit or footwear, can be even a storybook. I'm sure it must be some material thing, an object, an earthly possession that you value the most. Jesus reminds us in Luke chapter 12 verse 15. He says, "Then he said to them, 'Watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions. The things we own must not be important things in our life. The house you live in or the vehicle your parents own are things that we shouldn't be concerned about.' But sadly, children, today's world is full of people who are greedy for material things, earthly possessions and money. Even among you or even among us, I'm sure we all might have spoken of how big our homes are, or the number of rooms that our homes hold, or about your extravagant birthday party. We would have spoken this with our friends. But have we thought, while we talk of such things, that it holds no value at all in the sight of God? The earthly possessions are not what God requires of you, my dear children. He constantly reminds us to be aware of our greed. God gives us gifts on earth, and we can steward these gifts for His glory. Now, earthly treasures won't last forever. When Jesus is our greatest treasure, we can live generously and trust God to provide what we need. Jesus is our greatest treasure. Jesus left His place in heaven to live humbly on earth. Jesus obeyed God to set up His kingdom. When we worry about what we do and we do not have, it distracts us from worshipping Jesus and obeying Him out of love. Because children, greed and selfishness are naturally part of our sinful hearts. Thankfully, Jesus' sacrifice on the cross makes the way for us to have new life. So we can put away the distractions and live for God's glory. Are you greedy for certain things? Maybe it's food, maybe it's toys, maybe it's money. Greed comes from the evil one, and we must be watchful of our lifestyles to ensure we can overcome greed in our lives. We can do this if we value God and people instead of things, objects, and earthly possessions. Our sincere love for God will help us overcome the sinful or selfish sin of greed. As we begin to truly love God, we will begin to open our hearts towards others. Greed will be replaced by love that moves us to share with our neighbor. What do you value the most in your life? Do Do you value God? Do you value your relationships with your parents and loved ones? Jesus warned that we never know what's going to happen to us. So we need to make sure we are putting our priorities in the right order. Life is not about money or possessions or even vacations and experiences. It isn't about driving flashy cars or having big houses or the latest clothing fashions. We need to live for God. It's okay to have nice things, that isn't sinful, but when we make our stuff the most important thing in our lives, we are in danger of loving it more than God, making it our idol. So let's be content and grateful for what we have. And we can ask God to help in putting Him first in our hearts and lives. When we do that, it isn't always going to be easy living, but there will be blessings in this life and the one to come next. A lot of people talk about prosperity, theology, and they try to tell us that if we love God and if we have God with us, that we have to be rich and prosper in everything we do. A true relationship with God is much more than that. It goes beyond our earthly life. That is why Peter says, be alert and sober-minded. Your enemy and devil prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. There are so many people who twist the word of God and interpret it the way they want to. So, let's keep watch and be aware. Let's listen to this song as our prayer for today. May God bless you all.
Riches beyond all measure could never satisfy my heart. Even the greatest pleasure only gratifies in part. All that this world can offer can never compare to all you are. You are my greatest treasure, the desire of my heart. Whatever it costs me, I give it up freely. Whatever you ask me, I gladly release. 'Cause all that